not going to be long. I just want to make a point here. We look at the life of Abraham. I'm going to say that way it is. He was 75 years old when he went out, when God called him. 75 years old. Could you imagine that? Can you imagine yourself being, I mean, I'm not even 70 years old. And I feel like that sometimes when I wake up in the morning. I know what I'm talking about. But this man is 75 years old, and he's going to go out into a quest, into a different thing. His whole life's about to change, and he doesn't understand it. And then God says he's going to make him a great nation, and he's saying, how is that going to happen? And he says, well, I got an idea. You see, that's the whole thing. Right away, probably Abraham started putting things together, and that was a big mistake. And then later on, God's telling him he's going to bless him, he's going to give him a child, and Abraham saying, well, I don't have a child, but maybe since I'm old, I can't have a child, so maybe I can use Eliezer. He can help me out. And that was not the plan. You see, God had it all worked out. Just like your life and my life, God has it all worked out from A to Z. And the minute we step in, we mess it up. And the point is that when God has a plan and purpose for your life and my life, our purpose and our aspect of looking at things should be the way God looks at it, from a futuristic tense, and saying that God's going to work it out despite what we see. God has a whole game plan from A to Z. So when we start to step in and try to work it out, God doesn't need our help. Everything along the journey, like everything along the way, God has a plan, and everything, although it doesn't look right, it doesn't seem right, it's not kosher, God's going to say, I'm going to work it out for your benefit. I'm going to work it out because I'm going to bring you back to the way I want it to work. And His sovereign, He will make it work. Let me tell you something. Though we look at things from the natural eye, we can't imagine that from the perspective of a timeless, sovereign God who has the world, like it says, like they're like dust on His hand, like nothing. And He created everything, and the stars, the moon, and everything. And then we can't even believe Him for something so minute in our own lives, and we have to go and step in the same way Abraham had to mess things up and working it differently. And God eventually, again, brought him back to the journey. But again, the point is that the Lech Lecha, it's amazing that even again, I want to repeat this, that he was 75 years old. And he obeyed the call. So my point is to you, no matter how old you are, there's hope. Even if you have disabilities, you can do it. God can use anything. Doesn't matter what you are. For example, look at Moses. When we look at the story of Moses, he was even older. It says that he was 80 years old. The Bible records him as being 80 years old. Now, when I did a little research, I looked it up. And it's amazing how it says as far as the call of even Moses. Let me just sharing that really quick. As far as the